Hey Virgo, this is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot, and I am here to do a bonus reading for y'all. Bonus reading for the month of July. This is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Cross watchers, you're welcome. I will be reading from the perspective as the Virgo. I'm sure you could have guessed. I kind of want to go ahead and get into the cards here. What I have, what we have crowning y'all is number 23, the Trigonic Quartz, as well as the Ten of Cups. It's clarified by the Ten of Cups, okay? We also have the card of Faith on the board. We've got the Magician with the Ace of Swords. We've got the Room card from the Sibylla. And from Tarot in Wonderland, we've got the World, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. These are the cards I meditated, shuffled, and pulled. I think we got a good story here. There might be a little more to get, but we're going to see. I just realized how this spread laid out. I didn't pay attention to this imagery, but interestingly enough, we're going to begin with this Trigonic Quartz. I feel as though this is you. When we talk about one of the many things that the quartz crystal will do is that it will cleanse, okay? It'll cleanse, it will make way as far as removing negative energy, removing blockages. It makes room, okay? For beautiful things to come in. Just like when you use quartz to align your chakras and meditate with like your crown chakra or your all-seeing eye, or even any of the higher chakras that quartz is good for. It removes those mental blockages and those spiritual blockages so that clarity can come in. Things become transparent, things become clear. We're talking about that, again, energy of clearing, so things can come in. Whether it's a message, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, whether it's a job, whether it's a house, whether it's a message again, that's what we're talking about here. But we're also having an emphasis put on conflict, okay? I really think there's been a huge influence as far as conflict being removed from your life. And this is like a rebirthing period for you. Actually, there's a lot of regeneration that's coming about. I think when we have the Ten of Cups clarifying the Trigonic Quartz, we're talking about the emotional completion that you are beginning to develop in yourself, the emotional satisfaction and standalone fiber, all of this that you have been accomplishing basically on your own. I do sense that through some bondage here with the Eight of Swords, it's been a mix of that and some hermiting energy. It's kind of like you've been relegating yourself to your own bondage. Some of you, as far as like a mechanism for healing. So I feel as though there might be some illusions that are going on and you might not be following your intuition as much. With the Room card here, it's more hermit energy. Now that I noticed that, that's my card where you're there, you're planning to take action. And it's not a bad card when this comes in the upright or the reverse, but it's just talking about you choosing to kind of be in place when there are opportunities that you may be either missing or that are present and you're not taking advantage of. With the card of Faith, there's a need to just understand that unseen forces are at work, and not just in the heavens or with the ancestors, but within you, okay? So one thing that you can do is pay attention to any of those signs that may be telling you that it's time to open up, it's time to connect with more people. There needs to be more honesty and transparency with emotions to reflect how far you've come internally. Again, developing that Ten of Cups energy from the Trigonic Quartz energy. Like, okay, so we see this for you, but are you translating this out into the world? Here are these illusions. In Virgo, look, I understand that at this point you probably don't want to, say, move on and engage in a new situation here. I feel like you might be at a crossroads and you're kind of unsure. And it's not even about this person, but I think it's about you being a little scared about what you bring to the table. We have the magician with the Ace of Swords here kind of letting me know that what needs to be transformed is I guess that introversion, that shyness, that seclusion that you're kind of dealing with. You need to manifest that into taking clear and direct, taking action to communicate clearly and directly what your wants are, what your needs are, because you got a lot of energy around here, from what I'm seeing, of people who want to meet those needs. Okay, so you got to open up, you got to express that. Whether it's on the work front, if you feel like you haven't spoken up about wanting a raise, or if you've been treated unfairly in the workplace and you feel like at some point down the line it's going to compromise, your job because of what this person is doing, or it might compromise your job because this person has you too often wanting to go upside their fucking head, whatever it is, this is the time to speak up about that. When it comes to love, if there are interests that you have and they don't know that you are feeling them, look, even if it's, you dealing with you but clearing out old karma, making sure you're fair to a situation, I get it, but someone needs to know how you feel. Because I feel like you may be under the impression, for those who this has to deal with a relationship, you may be under the impression that you are given enough for this person to know that you are interested, okay? But I'm getting that they may feel as though you're interested in a lot of people, There's somebody who wants to be the one. You either want to just be, single or play the field because, situations that you had endured previously with love. And I feel like that in turn is still keeping you sort of in bondage, because I feel like you're a little distant from all of these connections, Now, I see with the World and the Eight of Wands here, many of you may be taking off on travels. Many of you may just be deciding to get away. And, through the course of your travels, you're meeting people here and there, interesting people that, in essence would love to still have you around, but you're in town for the week. And then, you're moving on, especially if you're going to Europe. You go here for a little bit, you train down to this country, so on and so forth. And I think you're just enjoying freedom and really spreading your pure light. But again, for those of you who are traveling, I understand how you can be breaking hearts like that, because you're doing what you went to do. But for those of you who are stationary and you have all of these options here, if you're unsure of what you want, the best thing to do would be to not bite off more than you can chew with too many people. Because it could be at a point that, though you're kind of closed off emotionally to others while you're focusing on you, there seems to still be this thing where there's still this desire to let someone in, but how do I word this? There's still a desire to let someone in, but I just don't think that I think there's a little back and forth energy to where you may, dive into that desire and then step back. And then go in and then step back. And this person doesn't hear from you for a few days. Or this person only starts to hear from you when they hit you up. Or, but somebody's trying to move towards you. And they see that you have a lot of shit going on. And I think it may in turn have them step back a little bit, because they don't want to be a burden to you at all. That's what I'm thinking. They don't want to be a burden to you. But as early as it may be, and y'all dealing with one another, they may already be beginning to feel like that. And, when you start speaking up on your desires, again, you don't miss out on these opportunities. You get what you want. Because don't think this shit's just going to stick around, Virgo. I think you know better than that. Things aren't just going to hang around. You got to seize, okay? Speak up about that love you want to start building with someone. Speak up about that job, that position, that raise, the injustice. Speak up about that. And with the Ten of Cups, this could also be very much related to family, or some of the issues you may have within your family. If this is like your home unit, not like your extended aunts, so on and so forth, cousins. This could definitely be like something for some of you that's dealing with a familial situation here. And I think communication needs to be different. Communication needs to be opened. Less passive aggressive energy here. Oh, Sibylla. That's right. Remember to take this as it applies. Please leave your comments if you resonate. Like and subscribe to the channel. Wow. Well, this is a pretty straight up message. Like, shit. I mean, it had me wanting to curse because I was like, what? Shit. Fuck. Misfortune. Now, hold on. Let me just let you know what we have here. I know that's a house burning down, but Virgos, chill out. Chill out. Scholar reverse. Fortune reverse. Chill out. I hear y'all. Chill out. Because I know if it was me on the other side of this, I'd be like, hold up, HK, you speed this shit up. What's going on? But no, this is actually not as treacherous as it may look, but it is heeding a warning. One thing I love about the Sibylla deck is that it gives, very intriguing messages. This is basically... See, the misfortune card is the Tower for me, with the way I read this deck, in essence. The Scholar being the Hierophant, okay? And the Fortune being the Star card. Me personally, different for other folks. Maybe not misfortune, because I think that's pretty straightforward. Anyways, this is basically telling me that if you decide to, because it is a decision, go against what you know. Everything that's reversed starts in the upright. So if we begin to go against everything we know, what intuition is telling us, what we've learned from experience, and so on and so forth, as we know with the Scholar / Hierophant energy, okay? With it being reversed, if we go against that, what we are asking for is a perpetuating cycle to where when we may be heartbroken, whenever something happens to us that is there to teach us a lesson but makes us feel like shit, and we deal with it, and the universe brings us something in, and we don't do the diligent work to make that happen the same way we would put into the things that have destroyed us, we then again invite another round of having to deal with a toxic individual just to get over it again. Because the lesson isn't that toxic individual. The lesson is, can you go through that? And then when you're presented with a blessing, acknowledge it, work towards it, and, obtain it. Because if not, we'll go through that lesson again that hurt us. And thinking that maybe we didn't deal with this lesson right. Well, maybe we should have given, another chance. Maybe. It has nothing to do with that. It's about what comes after that. That is the important lesson. Okay. Now with this misfortune card upright, that's why I say it is a warning. But that is the energy that we have here. There's an opportunity for growth and expansion with someone, Virgo. Growth and expansion like you have not experienced before. Except the message that I'm getting is those of you who may be a widower. Because I feel like some of you have lost the love. And it has been a very hard journey. Ooh, that's hitting me hard. My heart, and then my tear ducts started to get heavy. Condolences for those of you who this applies to. Wow. For those of you who have lost someone, I think it's been a very hard journey for you to get back to opening up and having faith and taking that magician type energy. I mean, with the magician, the world, the Ace of Swords here, the Ten of Cups, it's all of the energy of like you transcending to a level where not only have you healed, but you can accept a blessing as much as you can be a blessing to others, as much as you can give your love and energy. You know what I'm saying? And there's someone who's trying to come in and give you something there. They're not trying to, they know that they can never replace the love that, you had with another, but they can give you a slice of pie. That pie being some pie you never had before, some damn good pie. It's on par pie. And you grow. And you're nourished on that pie. It's some good love. That's what I see. I want to pull like one or two more from like Fountain Tarot and a Goddess Guidance. Then we'll be done. So we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay? Queen of Swords, the Five of Coins. Now, it's very important. The way the Queen of Swords is coming up to me right now, it's talking about the importance of, again, clear and decisive communication. It's a perfect example of what I was talking about when I was saying we know what we'll give to someone, but not what we'll accept. Okay, so when it comes to maybe telling, when it comes to maybe expressing how you felt to this past person, or expressing to people, just all of the anger and hurt and pain you felt, or when it came to, I feel like when it came to putting your energy basically in places where it could have been otherwise, that same could be applied to the things that you want. The Queen of Swords is very clear and decisive in her communication. She knows exactly what she wants. She's very poised, and there, because she knows what she wants, she knows what to say. Doesn't take any bullshit, but she has her levels of compassion. But the thing is, it's like it's going to be told how it is. The Queen of Swords is going to tell you how she feels. Okay, clarified by the Five of Coins. This being somebody who, the other person who I feel, again, like I said, they're being kind of left out in the cold here. This is how they're feeling. So on the other side of the Queen of Swords, when it's talking about the advice on how, you can embody that energy, I feel like the level that you are embodying currently of the Queen of Swords energy is, again, trying to just be this stoic, poker-faced individual. And it's it's very passive in energy, but there's nothing wrong with letting someone know that you're into them. Oh, because it gives them the opportunity to hurt you. Well, Virgo, decide if this applies to you. Hey, decide if you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. Like if you just want to do you for the rest of your life. You and an animal, like a companion, or whatever. But I don't think that's what you're deciding. So make the appropriate steps now. Make the appropriate what's the word I'm looking for? It's just, when we talk about being mad at ourselves for not making the appropriate, I'll just say, decisions. Like, there's a point where just because we aren't blaming other people, just because we aren't mad at other people, doesn't mean that is absolved because we place it on ourselves. Because when we come first, the last person that should be on is ourselves. Yeah, we don't blame anybody else for shit, but the last person that should be on is ourselves. So instead of accepting all that and absorbing all that, let that shit go. Let it die. Because, yeah, I mean, I think what you want and what you may be currently doing to protect yourself are differing a little bit. You've definitely come a long way in your personal journey. But with these opportunities here, and you would be okay either way. And I've said variations of this before early in the video. You'll be okay either way. But it's not like this is going to be your last blessing, but it'd be a great time to take advantage of the ending of a cycle by accepting a new one, you know? Outside of the one you've already accepted for yourself. You know, this is a love reading. So we've got Mawu and Kali. Kali, endings and endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new may enter. So, there we are. Something new's trying to come in, but what needs to go out, even if it's not this other person, it's you know, your past person, because a lot of you are so beyond that. A lot of you. Not all of you, but a lot of you. But what needs to be released are the things within you that could be blocking this connection from becoming, you know, this nourished, enlivened entity where two come into one. You're called upon to help with environmentalism. So, Mawu, my Mother Earth card, the way I read this, oracle style, you know, it's a card of travel, advice. Because when we talk about someone trying to travel to you, the Eight of Wands here, travel towards you and give you exactly what they know you need and what you know you need. You're over here feeling out, left in the cold. Let go of what needs to be let go of and move towards this individual if that is what you really want to do. And I definitely see that if you choose to, this is a type of situation that is guaranteed to turn heads. This is the type of Ace of Wands. This is the type of situation that'll turn heads. This is the type of situation that'll be, you know, very, very powerful, where people are seeing y'all shine together. People are, you know, envious. People are inspired. People, you know, all of the levels of that. What do you want to do? Because I really see with the Ace of Wands here, there's a potential for some like power couple type shit, okay? I see a lot of sexual creativity, and I see opening up and understanding the world more through that, through this energy of the Ace of Wands here. Some of you may have to think about children as, you know, intuit, and then I pull. And so far, you know, it's on the money. We got the Four of Wands here. So we're talking about achieving a level of happiness. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about children. What? The Empress. fertility, sensuality, fertility. If you are a Virgo male, congratulations. I'm feeling for some of you. I'm feeling a need to say congratulations to Virgo males because some of you have just received the news that you will be having a lovely child with someone that this could apply for homosexual males who are adopting. You know, it's really not gender specific, the cards. But I am intuiting a strong energy of Virgo males in heterosexual relationships with a natural impregnation of someone that they really love. Or this is the game changer here when we see the Magician card to the Ace of Swords, and then we've got the Four of Wands, all of these other things. It's like, you know, for some Virgo males out there, this is the game changer that shifts, you know, the relationship and has you come out of that shell, has you realize things, see things differently, come out of that bondage when you see, when we not only talk about, you know, possible children from the Ace of Wands to the Four of Wands to the Empress, but how you actually see this woman that you may be with here, literally, not just your queen, but your, you know, your all. Like I said, very nurturing, very creative, very sensual, like somebody that you're proud to see be a mother, or just, again, the feminine figure for your child. So that's really powerful there. But for all of, you know, for all of the Virgos that this resonates with, you know, you can expect these wonderful energies from your relationship that would include, you know, marriage, children, getting a home together. Oh, and then if we want to talk about sexual creativity again, that's doubled up with the Empress card here. I really think everything's going to be so smooth for y'all once you just live and let go. Enjoy your video.